Hello and welcome. This is Freewill Tarot. This reading is going to be for the sign of Cancer. Hello, Cancer, and thank you for joining me. You're going to have two messages here from Spirit, and then we're going to go into the tarot portion, okay? So I'm going to read you the first two messages you have from Spirit. The first one you have is courage, okay? Cancer. It says, fear is a natural part of growth. Bold action leads to powerful breakthroughs. Step outside your comfort zone today and act despite fear. So it's something that you could be hesitating on, something that you're afraid to you've been thinking about it, but you're afraid to move on it. Basically, it's going to be different for all of you. You know what it is for you personally. For some of you, I feel like it's going in a direction where it comes to a relationship or a partnership, and you're kind of hesitating on it and maybe don't trust it, because I heard two becomes one. But others of you, it has nothing to do with relationship. Maybe you're already in a relationship, and some of you could just be needing to take that relationship to the next level, or leave a relationship. I don't know, it's going to be different. Others of you, if it has nothing to do with relationship at all, it is something that you've been contemplating doing, or a certain direction you've been thinking about going down that you haven't, or you've been just going with the motions of life, continue doing what you've been doing, but you think about it in the back of your head or in your heart of something you want to do, and it's probably been really plaguing you, because what I'm looking at is Spirit's trying to push you to go ahead and go in that direction you've been thinking about, because you have a lot of action cards where it wants you to move in whatever direction that's been on your heart or mind to go in, and to leave out of this position. So let's go to the other message you have. You have synchronicity. So some of you could be seeing numbers, or like repeating numbers, or hearing something that gets your attention where you're like, oh, this seems like deja vu, or, I heard this before, or, something, or I seen that number. So they're really trying to get your attention. So if you have been experiencing that and you're reading this or looking at this reading, they're reminding you like, yeah, hey, hello, we're trying to get your attention about going down this path, okay? It says the universe is constantly sending you signs and confirmations, Cancer. Pay attention to the repeated patterns. Stay mindful of recurring numbers, symbols, and events. They are guiding you towards your alignment and your desires. So they're really trying to let you know they're with you, and they're wanting you to go down a certain direction. And some of you is going to be different, okay? Now let's go right into the tarot part. Because what you have is, you got this card twice, and I just want to go ahead and get into it, is the Five of Pentacles. The Five of Pentacles talks about lack. It talks about either not having enough financially, or you could just be kind of financially struggling. It's not that you're poor. It's just you don't have enough to sustain or go into a certain lifestyle that you want that brings you comfort and ease. You could be dealing with lack when it comes to a relationship, or a lack when it comes to yourself, right? You feeling like you're not being seen or validated or appreciated, or, recognized for who you are. It could be different for all of you. It could be that in a relationship, it could be that in a job or career choice you've made, or it could just be financially, where you're just feeling like you're not getting enough money, you're not having enough to sustain yourself, okay? Now, if you're feeling any of those things, that is what this reading is about, telling you to have courage and to be bold and pay attention to these synchronicities, because Spirit is telling you there's a new path for you. There's a new direction they need you to go into, but they can't make that happen for you. They want you to be willing to pay attention to yourself and use your intuition, Cancer, because y'all have strong intuition, and going and taking the action you need to take to go down a direction. Now, for some of you, like I said, it's going to, not all of you, but for some of you, it's going to be in a relationship, right? Because it's really a judgment call. It's a call to action that Spirit has for you. The judgment card is here. The judgment card talks about a call to action from the angels, the universe, God, call to an action, to wake up, to make a decision and a choice on what direction you want to go down. If it is in a relationship and you say you've been with this person, it's like, are you going to commit? Are you going to be in this relationship and move it forward? Are you going to marry this person if y'all only been dating? It is a call to action. If it's not a relationship, and it's telling you to move forward. It is just you, Spirit calling you to go down a certain or a different direction than the direction you're going on. It's a call to action to align yourself and have courage to go down a different path than the one you're on instead of stuck, okay? To move yourself out of this feeling of the Five of Pentacles. So we talk about this feeling of barely getting by, lack, not feeling validated or seen, not enough, right? They want you to get to the 10, not the 5. Get out of the 5. Okay, so you also have here, again, some of you is going to be in a relationship and taking a partnership to the next level. For some of you, is getting into a relationship or working with someone. And if it ain't anything to do with a relationship, it is you starting something and building something that's going to change your whole life, because you have the Wheel of Fortune here. So it's a cycle that needs to begin here. It's a cycle that Spirit is trying to start for you, and the ending of an old cycle with the Ten of Wands. Burdens, responsibilities, things that have been weighing you down for years, months, days, doesn't matter. Maybe feeling overwhelmed, feeling like you have a lot of responsibilities on your back, feeling like it's too much coming out of you, off of you, or on you. Okay? And you're not getting enough. It's like spinning your wheels, okay? It's like you're spinning your wheels here. Now, you have the Seven of Cups here twice, too. So let's talk about the Seven of Cups here. The Seven of Cups talks about having either a lot of options or looking at things and trying to figure out what is the best option to take. Or feeling like, it's a lot of things coming at you and you got to make a lot of decisions here. Now, with the Seven of Cups, it does represent illusions, right? So you could be telling yourself all this stuff, or it could be a lot of things coming out at you, or a lot of decisions you could be making that are not going to really lead you anywhere. And that's really you just kind of putting all these things in your head, creating these illusions, right? So it can go either way. Either you're doing that, feeling like it's a lot of things that you need to figure out and a lot of choices you need to make, or you just feel like it's a lot of options and every option is not valuable, right? And you just need to figure out which one it is. So if you've been dealing with illusions, let me put it to you this way, it's going to come to an end, right? Spirit's going to, once you make a solid choice to go down a certain path, I don't care if that's getting into a relationship, I don't care if that's taking a relationship to the next level, if it's going to solidify a deeper commitment with someone, moving in with someone, or if it is you starting a project or a business, once you make that decision and quit having everything else float about in your head about what if and what if I do that, what if I don't do this, and if I do this and that and that and that and that, and you just say, you know what, this is what I'm going to do. I'm moving forward this way. It'll cut out these illusions. It'll cut out all this confusion with the Seven of Cups, okay, and illusions. It'll be the end to that, okay, with the Ten of Swords. All right. Why I say that? Because a lot of you are dealing with toxic energy, bondage, something making you feel trapped to it. Could be a job you hate, or just being in a slump, or the cycle of repeating things and feeling overwhelmed with a lot of responsibilities, as we talked about before. And that's because a lot of you are not making a choice or a decision to move forward in a certain direction. Could be telling yourself you can't right now, or you're afraid of the outcome of the situation. It says addictions, okay, codependency, or avoidance of patterns may be surfacing. That's like the Seven of Cups. Seven of Cups happen when the moon come out. So some of y'all here, when the moon is out, that could be why you get all these emotions and feelings and all this stuff go crazy in your head. All right, so it says face them with honesty, okay? So if you're feeling like hopeless, or you're feeling like a lot of things are coming out of you, and you're feeling like a lot of things you got to try to figure out real quick, try not to get overwhelmed. Take a deep breath and decide really what it is that you want, Cancer. And once you do that, you can decide what direction you go in, and you can cut all that other stuff out of your life. Okay? Even when odds seem stacked against you, don't be afraid to dream again. So don't get caught up in just, oh, I got to just do this. Even though I don't want to do this, I just got to do this. I got to do that. And I got to stay here. And I got to continue to do this. And I got to continue to do that. You don't have to do that. You don't have to feel like that. You can get out of this, okay? It's saying that you're able to dream again. You're able to get out of this lack with this Five of Pentacles here. Okay, and I say that because you have the Star card here in the environment. So this is about healing. This is about hope for a new beginning, a new start, and a release of the old. It's a renewal here, okay? So you just need to get clear and take action. And it's really an indication, Cancer, is y'all know what it is for y'all, whoever you are. You know it's something that you've been thinking about, you've been wanting to do, or a direction you want to go in, and you haven't. They're calling on you to do it. They're calling on you to take action here, right? A lot of you need to get some rest, because a lot of you are not sleeping. You're overthinking something. You're fearing the worst of something. You're going over something, and it's going to be different for you over and over again. Again, it could be a relationship or a person you're dealing with, the outcome of a situation. If it's not a person, it's just the outcome of your situation, your finances, your stability, your life right now. You're thinking about it over and over again with the 4 swords and the 9 of swords. 9 of swords and the 4 swords all represents needing rest or not sleeping. Okay, needing to and overthinking something, because both these cards represent thoughts. Okay, you're thinking something over and over again so much to the point you're not sleeping. You feel like you could be in a battle, or you feel like you need to kind of figure out a lot of stuff here, and it's so much it's affecting you, resting yourself, because you're just going over and over again. It is a decision. It is a big call from Spirit, and the Spirit could be putting pressure on you. I'm not gonna lie about you guys making a judgment call and being brave and having courage to step out your shell and go for something, and without feeling like you always need to protect yourself. And they need you to just push through that and go after something. And you know what it is. It's going to be personal to you. If it's a project, if it's a relationship, if it's something that, whatever it is you're telling yourself of why you can't do something or why you shouldn't do something, that's what it is, okay? And the outcome, you have the Fool, is taking a leap of faith here, Cancer. Taking a leap of faith in the unknown, having the courage to step out on a whole new beaten path and going in a whole new direction here, Cancer. For again, some of you is going to be in love, others of you is going to be a new project, something that brings you passion and stability. It'll bring you back and even give it take and balance in your life in this new project. If it's not a project, it'll be in a new relationship or a new partnership or a commitment. If not a partnership or a commitment, it's a new project that you're working on and you've been thinking about working on, but you haven't really laid the groundwork to do it. You maybe just kind of do it, or just, being stagnant in it. All right, Spirit wants you to have courage, Cancer. You know what it is. It's going to be different for all of you. Courage when it comes to love. Courage to take your life back. How about that? Courage just take your damn life back and get out the shell and go for it. How about that? That's what I have for you, Cancer. Thank you. I love you.